So, The Great Gatsby just appeared, and Robert Redford was brilliant in the role with doing what Robert Redford does best. You know how Robert Redford is. He's just a brilliant actor. He does things the way that only Robert Redford can do it.
Hey, Ken.
What?
Ken, we're doing the review for the new Great Gatsby.
No, I don't care. It's Robert Redford, man.
This is a current movie review
No,
show.
it's Robert Redford.
We have to
went
do
through
the
this
one with Leo.
We went through this
Leo.
last week. Leonardo DiCaprio is not the Great Gatsby.
It's a modern show.
Robert Redford made it a classic. Don't even give me that.
Well, if you want to review vintage movies, we'll do that.
I said it's Robert Redford. That's all there is to it. It's Robert Redford. You hear me? Robert Redford. Robert Redford is the Great Gatsby. That's all there is to it.
Hi, welcome to Phat Guys at the Movies. This is Oliver.
I'm Ken.
And we're here to review this week the Great Gatsby 2013. Isn't that right?
Yes, the ropes really weren't necessary.
Well, for the last outburst, as you know,
Fine.
Ken refuses to believe that they're remaking the Great Gatsby with some of the current actors that they've chosen. And
I'm fine now.
but you're okay.
I'm fine.
You're ready to accept.
I took my Xanax. I'm fine.
You took your pills?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're here to talk about... anyways, we're here to talk about the Leonardo DiCaprio movie with the soundtrack done by none other than Jay-Z. I guess he has a real name of Sean Carter. I saw that on the credits.
Yeah, Mr. Beyonce.
I noticed he didn't put his prison number up there. And that's normally what I identify rappers with.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Okay.
That's my thing, you know.
Yeah, so now we're going to do our review of The Great Gatsby.
Now we're going to do,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I do want to say going into it, we were apprehensive. Baz Luhrmann, not one of our favorite directors.
And when we left it, we were even more apprehensive.
There were some good and some bad in this movie.
Yeah.
I can't say there was some good.
Yeah.
If you could make it that long. See, that's the key.
But the bad outweighed the good, old sport.
You think so, old sport?
Yes, old sport.
Oh, wow. Anyways, here's our review of the 2013 version.
And you can untie me now, old sport.
I'll untie you. If you're going to do the review of the real movie, we'll untie you. Of The Great Gatsby, here by Phat Guys at the Movies.
Old sport.
Old sport. Old sport.
Old sport.
Old sport.
Old Spice, old sport.
Old sport.
Okay, now that I've tied one on, ha 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 ha. The real review here of the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio in the title role and Toby Maguire and a host of others. The cast really is strong, but I don't know what he was thinking with this movie when he went to direct this thing. First of all, my first problem is they want you to view it like you're viewing it through a snow globe. The coloring and the cinematography and the texture is like you're watching something through a piece of glass, and they brightened everything up so that you can see it better. That really bothered me. It's not an artsy-tartsy look without trying to be artsy-tartsy, okay? Second thing is that this is from the 20s, one of the greatest periods of music in American history. This is the time of Gershwin and the beginning of the big band era and all that, and they want to use rap music? Come on, get over yourself here, okay? Use the music of the period, thank you very much, because it fits the style. The third thing is, if Leonardo DiCaprio had said old sport one more time, I'd have thrown something at the screen. Now, Robert Redford in the original one, of course, said old sport because that was part of the character. But Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess, decided going into the movie that he was going to set the Guinness Book of World Records for the many times he could say old sport, and he ended up saying like 52,000 times in the entire movie. You got tired of hearing old sport as the old sport was going along with the old sport and talking to all the other old sports around him with the old sport, and it was almost that bad. Other than DiCaprio, the acting was dull, very dull. DiCaprio did a good job as the Gatsby. He was not as good as Robert Redford, but you don't expect him to be because he's not as good an actor as Robert Redford. But overall, I'm going to give this movie a 2. 2 out of 5. Old sport.
My impression going into this movie was negative, to say the least, going in. We talked about it last week. I'm not a fan of Baz Luhrmann's films at all. You might know him from Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Australia, movies which I do not like at all. I know you can say that some of these movies got good reviews. I'm not really buying it here. I don't like them at all, and I don't really like his over-the-top filming style. Ken was absolutely right in one respect. The acting by Leonardo DiCaprio is a plus. The other actors I felt they did what they needed to do. They were dull, but far and away, I thought they were okay, with the exception of Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire can never take seriously, and you don't take him seriously in this movie here. Number 2, the rap music. It is hard to watch something in the roaring 20s and see Jay-Z rapping or hear him over and over, rap music, and different weird sequences. I don't understand what was going on the first part of this movie. I couldn't differentiate this movie from a musical, or was it a drama, or what was it? I don't know what was going on. That being said, the second hour of this movie really redeemed itself. More character exploration, better acting by DiCaprio himself, and some other characters. Not so much Toby Maguire. I'm not really... I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, some of the other actors I thought did a great job in the second hour of the movie. The one problem with this, it's hard to get to the second hour. The urge to get up and leave my seat in the first hour came to me 10, 12 times. I just didn't know if I was going to make it to that second hour. I'm glad I did, because the second hour is better than anything Baz Luhrmann has ever directed. The second hour really embodies, I think, the spirit of The Great Gatsby. Unfortunately, the first hour kills it with the quasi-rap musical and all the hoopla and the huge elaborate scenes and all that. I'm going to give it 2.5. I'm going to go against the Great. The last hour was really good. If you get it on DVD, hey, I'm going with the 2.5, Ken. I know you think I'm crazy. If you can make it past the first hour, the second hour, you're going to see a real film. I can't say that about a lot of crappy movies that start out crappy. Mainly they stay crappy, but 2.5 stars only because the second hour really redeems the film. And the Art Deco looking snow globe thing, I kind of liked it. Don't tell Ken. I thought it was fitting for the movie. 2.5 for Oliver, 2 for Ken.
I had to go the rope around you. It's called getting even.
I'm going to do 2.5. I really am. And I thought, in the first hour of this movie, I thought I was going to give it a 1. That says something for the second hour of the movie.
Yeah.
The second hour really redeems the film.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something that actually happened while we were watching the movie. I happened to see it Thursday night for the opening, and because Oliver had something coming up, and he came and see it. We're on a Friday night here at Frank Theaters in Conway, South Carolina, and he was actually in the process of getting up and leaving, and I grabbed him by the arm and I said, "It actually gets better in the last 40 minutes."
I'm glad you said that, 'cause I was really ready to just walk out and say,
Yeah.
"Look, I'm just going to pay
I'd
him
actually
to
stop
say."
him.
And I'm glad I saw the second half, because it made me believe that maybe The Great Gatsby is a movie that never gets rave reviews, no matter who makes it.
No, it doesn't.
Now, people have different opinions of that, and they say it is impossible to make this movie as well as the book is written.
And I can understand.
And you can
that.
understand that.
Yeah.
But the second hour gives me hope that one day somebody is going to make this movie and do it right.
Yeah.
I think I saw in the second hour that The Great Gatsby can be done in the right way.
Maybe
I don't understand what he was doing the first hour, dude. It was so annoying.
Maybe they just need to change the name of The Great Gonzo.
Was that a Howard Stern production?
And
I
let the
don't know.
Muppets do it.
Oh, there we
The
go.
Great
Yeah.
Gonzo. Yeah.
You know, I was really disappointed in the first hour, but the second hour, I'm glad I stuck around to see it.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll be a movie that a lot of people will like.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's our thing, but a lot of people
It's
will
drawn
like
some
it.
pretty good crowds. I don't think it's going to beat Iron Man 3 in the box office. Its second week
No,
out,
but
Iron Man
it's
3 is
not
still going to
that
hold the
kind of
number one in
movie.
the box office. But you're right, it's not that kind of. They're saying $40 million. That's what they're saying.
It's a good for Gatsby.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, they're saying
I mean, it's
$40 million.
basically a drama.
Yeah.
That's a really good pull for a drama. So next week is a huge week here
Next
at Phat
week.
Guys. I think it's a huge week all around the world.
Next week, we are boldly going where no man has gone before.
It's Star Trek, Captain. We're giving it all she's got.
Star Trek Into Darkness, and I
Looks
know
really
something
fun.
you don't know. I know something you don't know.
Okay, I guess you do.
I know who the bad guy is.
Oh, you know what? Let's not reveal that.
No, we're not. Not until next week.
Next week we'll reveal, because you actually have a detailed
Yes.
summary, and we'll do that at the beginning of the review next week.
Yeah.
Let everybody know what's going on.
And where a difference here is, I'm a big Star Trek fan. I remember in September 1966, I sat like this in front of the television. I was 10 years old, and I watched the first Star Trek episode, Where No Man Has Gone Before. Hint, hint, hint. And I've been a Star Trek fan ever since. I own all the movies. I am a Star Trek fan. I am an original Star Trek fan, and that's my favorite, with James T. Kirk and Mr. Spock and
We're
Dr.
kind of in the
McCoy.
same boat.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the same boat because I have actually seen every Priceline commercial. So we're close to on this deal, you know.
Yeah. So next week, right here, we're going to be reviewing Star Trek.
Star Trek Into Darkness, J.J. Abrams, and let's not forget, he will be doing the next Star Wars movie.
Yes. Yes. By the
So-
way, when you edit this thing out, don't forget to put the flares.
What do you mean flares?
Yeah, because that's J.J. Abrams' signature. Flares. It's Flare City. Don't you know? Remember?
I have to see if I can work that
he's
in.
got
The
Flare
flares,
City.
right?
That's the one thing about J.J. Abrams. You know,
Is it that bad?
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
yeah.
I gotta go back and rewatch.
There are
some stuff
times
then.
when you're watching a J.J. Abrams movie that you actually watch the flare go across the screen because he's got it so big. I mean, he's Mr. Flare. But
I
I'm
like
looking
his
forward to it.
stuff. I
I'm
like
looking
his stuff. I
forward to
think
it.
he's a good director.
Yeah, I'm looking
So-
forward to it. So next week, Star Trek, right here with Phat Guys at the Movies. I'm Ken.
I'm Oliver.
See you later, old sport.
No sport again with that, huh?